finishing the book for sure.
It's an undertaking for sure, and it's like almost 300 pages. There's a lot in there.
Definitely, definitely. This is a first for me. I've never done a book before, never written a book before, and I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of my band, my management, for their support, for HarperCollins, their support. I couldn't have done it without them. So this is a milestone for me.
It seems like you have a really good team behind you. 'Cause in the book you mentioned you've had all kinds of different business relationships. That some worked, some that did not work. Like you're finally working with people that get you, I guess, after all this time.
Yeah, it didn't, it was just difficult trying to find someone who understood.
Because you were such an anomaly back then. You were the first, you're the OG.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
What keeps you going? Like you went away, you were, just all about family in the Caribbean for ages, and you just decided you needed to come back, you needed to go for it again.
Yeah.
Like what's pushing you on now? So you've done so much.
Yeah.
Like what's left on your to-do list?
Well, we've got a tour coming up on April 1st with Hailstorm. We're going to be touring with them.
And the new record, right?
We have a new record coming out April 15th.
It's like a new old record, right? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's really cool. I went back to the Caribbean and everything was roped off and chained off, and there was a security guarding the house. And I'm like, this is my house. I lived here for almost a decade. You're going to tell me I can't get into my own house because the locks had been changed, and I broke in. I took a tire iron and I ripped off the hinges. It's my house, it's my door, it's my hinges. So I broke in and I grabbed 15 analog 24-track tapes, which have incredible musicians on, incredible songs. We took the tapes and transferred them to digital. And we were going to release an album in mid-April called LITA FORD's Time Capsule.
We just streamed a song off on Noisy today, just so you know. Just to plug my shit.
Cool.
You've got a lot of big names on there. Like Gene Simmons is on there, you've got Bruce Kulick,
Wow.
Do you have any Kiss stories?
Oh,
I feel like everyone has a Kiss story at this point.
of course. Well, I don't know, I knew Kiss when I was in the Runaways. We all kind of hung out together. I was always trying to get in Paul's pants, but he never let me.
They were pretty tight pants.
Yeah. It was so hot back then. I wasn't old enough.
Didn't stop you from becoming a rock star, but I guess in some cases that matters.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be a silly question to ask if we're ever going to do a Runaways reunion, right?
I would love it. I'm all for it. I'm waiting on Joan.
Yeah. You can always cross fingers, right?
Yes, definitely.
So I think it's almost time for me to give you to the people, but I want to know, I have two things. One thing, which I think is very important, is what advice can you give girls and young women that want to rock, that want to pick up a guitar or a bass or drums or a microphone, that maybe think they can't, or think they shouldn't, or think it's weird? Like what advice could you give them? 'Cause you've seen and done it all, and you're the lady, you know better than anyone.
Well, if you have a vision and you have a dream, you want to play guitar or play drums or anything that's musical, there's no reason why you can't. I mean, we all have, musical. If you have fingers and, I've seen people play with no fingers down in California. There's a guy that plays with his toes.
Look at Django. Come on.
I mean, it's insane. And then people like Jeff Healey, God rest his soul, who couldn't see, a blind guitar player. I mean, he was amazing. It's amazing. there's nothing stopping anybody from following their dreams. Follow your heart. If you see a light at the end of that tunnel, then go get it. There's nothing, don't let anything stop you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Come on.
absolutely.
And finally, I just want to thank you, because without all the things that you've done and how hard you've worked and the things you put up with and that you survived and persevered through, a lot of us maybe wouldn't be here today. Like you're one of the originals, and without you, metal would be a lot different. I have a feeling it wouldn't be half as awesome. So thank you.
Good stuff, Kim. Good stuff.
No Q&A? Really? Okay. Well,
Sign? Okay.
well, if you have some questions real quick, maybe you can give her. Can we have one? She's really stoked.
I'm totally stoked. First of all, you are fucking gorgeous.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That leather.
Much like Kim, thank you so much for everything you've done. But obviously, you have so many stories to tell. But like, what did it take for you to just sit down and write them? Like, what kind of tea did you drink? What did you do to just like, okay, I'm gonna write my fucking memoirs?
Oh, I drank a lot of tea. I just went through my life, and we found a place to start. It starts at my 16th birthday party, where the cops come and, and then it goes back and we reminisce through my early years. But there's a lot of stories in trying to get them all in chronological order and get them correct and get the dates correct. I think that was the hard part. Thank God for Google and Wikipedia. And they're not always right, so you can't really depend on them 100% either. That was a hard part.
I guess she's all yours now, if you want to line up and get a piece of the Metal Queen. Thanks for coming on.